and was getting ready to go off to college, was so excited. By the way, I've always had a ton of hair my whole life. Take a look. That's prom. That's senior year prom. So hair has not been an issue for me until that summer before college. And I developed right here in my bangs about a quarter-size patch of alopecia. And it came back many years later into adulthood. I think I was like into year 2 of being a QVC host. And it got bigger. It was like a silver dollar size back here. So creams and injections and a lot of fear and total aversion to washing my hair, combing my hair, fearing that it would fall out more or spread. So I get what this whole thing is. And that's why I think Hairmax is such a beautiful opportunity for hope.
It really is. And call us and share your Hairmax stories. I just presented this morning, early this morning, and we had 2 amazing callers who have seen results and love their Hairmax. And the thing that I love about this one, it's called the Ultima 9 Classic Hair Growth Laser Comb, is it's the most affordable I've ever been able to present with you, because we often are talking about over $1,000 price points. This has the same technology in it. We're going to explain, but it's at a fraction of the cost. $36 on Easy Pay. You are losing this price at the end of the day. It's going away. We give you a 180-day return policy, because when you look at these before and afters, that's about the point where you start to see major changes if it works for you, which Randy can explain in their clinical trial. It did for over 90% of people. We've sold 1,400 this month. We have fewer than 1,200 total remaining, but you will not have the sale price tomorrow guaranteed. Randy Valicki, come on out and join me as we look at these quick before and afters together that are amazing.
They are absolutely amazing. And I don't use the word life-changing very often, but look at these results.
That's life-changing.
This is life-changing. This is Betty. Beforehand, she didn't want to go out. She tried wearing wigs, powders, all those other solutions. But you know what? She got involved with our clinical study. She did our clinical study after 26 weeks. Courtney, look at that hair growth.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Well, we talked, and I mean, for me, in the before, noticeable. In the after, you wouldn't have any clue that she had any sort of hair loss. As you look at this before and after on this gentleman, he gained his hairline back.
He did. Peter looks decades younger.
Yeah.
He probably didn't have a hairline like that unless he was in his 40s probably. But you can see where Hairmax works on all sections of the scalp. It works on the front, it works on the back. And people, this is real hair. This is your real hair growing back in. And what I love about it, Courtney, it's so simple to use. It's a 2-button operation. First of all, it's called cordless, right? It's also very, very lightweight. It weighs less than my cell phone. To turn it on, it's just you push one button and then the other. And these are what's referred to as therapeutic laser light energy. So you're not going to feel anything. There's no tingle, no heat, no pain whatsoever. But you know what? This is just the right type of energy, which through clinical studies we demonstrated can actually help regrow your lost hair.
And that's what I think I'd love for you to explain. It's the same technology, right? Even that you see in the more expensive devices. Because for this price, people may be wondering, this is the same technology, right?
It's the same exact technology as our $1,000 devices. So it's the same lasers. Just what we've done with the Ultima 9 Classic is we have less lasers here. But we've added these teeth, and these teeth are a patented, very, very important part of the product. The teeth are important because what they do is when you put it up against your scalp, and you can see how the teeth move the hair out of the way, and they let that laser light energy get down to the scalp. You know, Courtney, we're not out here growing our hair, right?
Yeah.
We're here stimulating those hair follicles under the scalp and convincing them to start growing again.
We are busy. As we continue to look at before and afters, I will just say we're losing the price at the end of this day. It's 11 minutes per treatment. 3 times a week. So even though you get less lasers, it's still so little time and a few times a week.
It is. You know what the big advantages are? Not only does it grow hair like you see here with Maria, look, not only her part, but look at the frontal hairline, how that's growing in.
Yeah.
Ladies, how many of you have that issue in the frontal hairline? Wouldn't you love to see all of these new hairs growing in?
I was saying last night, I mean, I can see her beautiful hair color, you know, in the after. This one makes me so happy because this person had a specific spot. Like, for some people, that's what it is. It's like one spot, like Sean Killinger was sharing about that spot.
Exactly. The troubled areas.
Yeah.
So Diane lost her hair during menopause, And this menopause can often cause a change in your hormonal balance, which can cause hair loss. If you're not sure, check with your doctor. But Diane used the device as directed 3 times a week for 11 minutes. Look how it's filled in that thinning spot.
Yeah.
Just amazing results.
Amazing.
Priceless results, is what I like to call it.
Well, and at $36 on an easy pay and
Yes.
180 days to try it. And that's about where these before and afters are, Randy, right?
They are.
Okay.
They're about 180 days or 26 weeks. So we wanted to make sure that you had a chance to see the results yourself. You know, I can stand here and say it works. You can say it works. We had 2 great testimonial calls last night that said it works. But until you try it for yourself, you're not going to believe that you can experience hair growth like Ian has here. Look at that. He didn't need a haircut before.
Yeah.
And then after, he needs to get his hair cut on a regular basis.
On a regular basis. And for him, it was a major improvement of the hairline. And so is for Peter, experienced that as well. So we've seen whether it's your hairline, your part, there's a troubled area. And it's because all these people have different areas of hair loss, but the technology treats it the same way.
Exactly. So what the technology is, it's light therapy, red light therapy. And it's able to go into the scalp where the hair follicles absorb that light energy and they turn it into hair growing energy. So, you know, prior to Hairmax, we were the first ones to get an FDA clearance on this type of technology. We've spent decades of research on it. And we finally brought to you I think this is the perfect model.
Well, I do too, because it's the most affordable. So, you know, if you invest in it and you love it, you can always upgrade.
You can.
If you want to get a cap and like down the road, you want to do that. But this is the same technology. It's just because it's the 9 lasers, it's more affordable at that $36 easy pay. But it's the same FDA cleared technology. We're now down to the final 1,100. We've sold well over 1,500. You are not going to see this price tomorrow. This is the last day at this price. So you got to click checkout and complete your purchase today. The good news is it's a $36 easy pay commitment. You keep that coming. You're paying it off, and then you have it for 180 days. When you get to that end of that 180-day mark, if you want to send it back and it didn't work for you, send it back. But if you don't try it, you'll never know.
Exactly.
And then the clinical part, I mean, this is what you are so adamant about.
Oh, yes.
Is the clinical results.
And that's what we love. We've done 7 different clinical studies with Hairmax. The doctors marked off 1 square inch. That's what's represented in this graphic. And that 1 square inch, they counted the number of hairs before using Hairmax. Then after 26 weeks, they recounted them again in the same exact square inch and found 129 new hairs average per square inch. And it worked on 90% of the men and women in the clinical study. So think about that. If there's 10 of you in a room and all 10 of you buy the Hairmax, it'll work on 9 out of 10 people who use it.
Well, this is what I think is so amazing. If you're thinking, oh, well, I don't know, I don't think I have that type of hair loss, you might be surprised, because that 90% also translates to the different types of hair loss that this will help. Randy, can you explain who it's for?
So it's for the most common type of hair loss, which is called female pattern baldness. It's called hereditary hormonal balance. I'm sorry, hereditary hormonal hair loss. And what that looks like is a part getting wider, or a receding hairline in front, or is your hair just generally thinner than it was when you were in your 20s? Pull your hair back in a ponytail. Remember when you were 20s and that ponytail was 3 inches in diameter? And now as we age, we lose that hair. And with this type of hair loss, it doesn't all grow back. But Hairmax is a solution to help you grow back all that lost hair.
The key is, as we look at this chart, you want to start, if you're seeing the hair loss, as soon as possible.
Exactly.
Because you can get to a point, Randy, where it's too late, right?
It is. If you get down to that bottom row, ladies or gentlemen, you're too late. What happens is a hair follicle will fall asleep, but it will remain alive in your scalp for a number of years. And we can revive that hair follicle as long as it's resting. We wake it up and get it to grow again. But if that hair follicle expires, it's not going to grow back. And all the FDA-cleared medical devices need to be tested on different skin types. Hairmax will work on all skin types. The doctors were only able to test it on 1 through 4, but we're giving you 180 days to try it regardless of your skin type. So the key here, get it early, give it a try.
We're just running out of it. Well, first of all, you have like 23 minutes and the price is going up. So that's huge. We've had 1,600 orders placed this month. We have the final 1,000 to go around, and then the whole item is sold out. But it will be pricier tomorrow. Today, tonight, you get the sale price. The good news is it's a $36 easy pay. You have 180 days to try it. Why don't we look at Jody and talk about how to use, Randy?
Sure.
Because consistency is key. If you don't use it, it won't work for you.
Exactly. Consistency and patience. It doesn't grow back overnight. It takes a while. It'll take you a good 16 weeks to start seeing results. And what you're going to see is you're going to see and feel new little hairs growing in. Now, what I loved about Jody here is she's showing how to use it. And you can see with Jody how the teeth, these are patented teeth, they move the hair out of the way and they let that light energy get down to the scalp. Now, you're not feeling anything, right, Jody?
Nope, just the little teeth.
Just the little teeth. There's no heat, there's no burning, no sensation. But what it's doing is it's waking up those hair follicles that have become dormant, have fallen asleep over time. So
she's got the control with the comb, which I love.
Exactly.
She's going to just do this, and when you turn it on and you hit the top button, the beeps will actually walk you through when you're supposed to move to the next section,
Exactly,
right?
yes.
You can turn the beeps off, which Jody has done because she knows now how long to hold it. But if you're learning, the beep will tell you, okay, move on. And Randy, you want to do your whole head regardless, right?
You want to do your whole head. You know, you can focus on the thinning spots, your problem spots. But if you've got problem spots, it's likely you're going to start losing hair in other areas as well. You don't start noticing your hair loss till it's probably a good 30 or 40% into the process already.
Okay.
So what Jody's doing, she's holding it against her scalp. She's holding it there. It's going to beep every 4 seconds. When it beeps, she just glides it back. And then it's going to beep again, and she glides it back. In the 11 minutes, you should be able to cover your entire scalp 3 to 4 times.
And when will we start to see hair growth if it's working for us?
16 weeks, you should start to see the hair growth. And you're going to feel the hair growth up there as well.
Okay.
You're going to feel new little hairs growing in.
Okay.
What I love about it is when the testimonial calls come in, we always ask, who noticed the hair growth first?
Yeah.
And it's always your hairstyles.
You have a few minutes to call. If you can call, that would be wonderful. But yeah, it's like other people sometimes
Other
at
people
first.
see it, exactly.
Yeah.
We've had people call in that say, you know, I met with the girls last week. What the girls said, they accused me of having a facelift. They said, you look so much younger. What did you do?
Yeah.
No, I did no nip and tuck.
It's amazing.
I just did my Hairmax.
It's amazing what hair does,
It
you know,
does.
and the power of hair. And
Yes.
at this point, which is your return policy at about 180 days, this is now obvious that these people all they have way more hair.
Way, way more hair.
Yeah.
I mean, you can visibly see the new hair. I mean, Peter's fantastic results here. And you notice that it works on all hair colors, and it also works on, you know, color-treated hair or highlighted hair. And it doesn't matter if you curl or style or flat iron your hair, because the new hair that grows in is your hair. I like to say, take the Hairmax challenge. You have 180 days to try it. And if it doesn't work for you, I don't want you to keep it. I want you to send it back.
Yeah.
But you know what, Courtney? We've been on the air for 12 years. We have close to 500,000 of these lasers sold. If it didn't work, we wouldn't be here anymore.
And to hear the callers, like the desperation in their voice when they were saying how they could never imagine their lives without Hairmax,
Yes.
because they got the results, which you start at 3 times a week, 11 minutes a session.
Yep.
Once you reach those optimal results, then you can go into maintenance mode.
Correct. And maintenance mode is only once per week. But this becomes a permanent part of your beauty regimen.
Yeah.
You need to continue to treat your Hairmax beyond the 26 weeks. If you don't, it's very likely that your hair will start to fall out again.
Well, and I'll say it couldn't be easier. You can sit on a couch and watch TV, it's cordless, and fit that 11-minute 3 times a week in wherever you want, you know, 3 times a week, whenever. So far this month, we've sold 1,700. I've never seen us do this affordable of a Hairmax. I think it's so exciting. We're down to 900, but you have 19 minutes left to get the sale price. This is the final day at the sale price. It's about to go up. So use that $36 easy pay and take the Hairmax challenge, because one thing that you said that stood out to me is how some women have said to you, well, I can't use it because my mother had this and my grandmother, so it's not for me.
Right.
But that may not be the case.
It may not be the case. Well, here that, you know, someone says it's hereditary. It's in my mother had it, my grandmother had it. It's not going to work for me, right, Randy? No, wrong. It is going to work for you because your mother and your grandmother didn't have Hairmax. But our indication is to treat hereditary hormonal hair loss. The medical term is called androgenetic alopecia. Andro hormones, like changes during menopause, and genetic, of course, is hereditary. So if it's in your family, start early. Or if you're just noticing more hair in your comb, on your pillowcases, get started early. The earlier you start, the better results you're going to get.
I love it. And you're about to lose the price, so get it with 800 to go around. And it goes up in about 15 minutes. Randy, thank you so much.
Courtney, thank you, and thank you, everybody.
We can't wait to hear back from you when you tried it in about 6
In about
months
6
to
months.
see what
Call
you
us
think.
in.
Call us. All right, want to give you guys a heads up that we have this iconic Clinique lipstick. It's called